So we're here in Milwaukee with Zhang of GenoPalate. We're excited to touch on what they're doing. Last time we were in Seattle at Moz. So Sherry, tell me a little bit about what you're working on and how you're going to make something different.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Zhang. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called GenoPalate. We provide a unique solution to help people eat healthy based on your unique genetic makeup. So we have a proprietary algorithm that can match your optimal genetic eating needs and habits with the whole foods that can provide you the nutrients and the amount of nutrition that your genetics really want. So right now we're actually launching an initiative where we want to not only help the direct consumers but also put that into our organization's wellness program to help the workplace become a stronger force as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's super important as we work more with a lot of companies in the HR space. We see things like absenteeism and how much that affects your organization as a whole. And a lot of that is due to sickness, not only within themselves, but within their families as well. When you have a child that's sick and you have to stay home from work. So health and wellness is really important, not only for the organization's culture, but also your bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about, HR transformation, this is what this series is about. What do you see in terms of what you've been doing in terms of the wellness space, et cetera, that is changing, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so I think it's about changing the culture of how we manage the human resources, which is critically important. Company is about people. And how do we provide intelligent way to really empower not only the whole company, quote unquote, but also the individuals that really contributing to the small team to bigger team to the whole company success. I think we're really getting to the point where we have a lot of solutions, we have a lot of problems that we could start to have more intelligent way of and addressing those.
Absolutely. And the next piece I really think about when you just mentioned that is, as you're building small teams and large teams, right? And right now you would be considered, I guess, a small team as you're growing as a startup. What has been some of the things you've seen? Because startups are challenging, right? Turnover is high in them as well. What has been some advice that you've gotten that's helped you to shape the culture of your organization and to pick the right team members?
Yeah. One of the most precious advice I've ever gotten from my mentors is, working with your team is not about what you want, it's about your team wants. And eventually when this aligned, you will become a very successful and effective teamwork.
Yeah, that's really important because a lot of individuals, what I always talk about is purpose-driven hiring, is the individual's purpose needs to match with the objectives of the organization, and they fit together like a puzzle. And that makes that bigger piece, which will be for you, GenoPalate, and for me, Ease. So really awesome to see that that's a priority. And as that priority continues to move forward in a lot of organizations, I start to think about like what's next, and how do we better track those things. So what are some predictions you have as you look at the corporate landscape for like not even 5 years from now?
Yeah, I think some of the traditional companies, successful companies, they probably are still stuck in a culture built from the 90s, and people are asking for changes, but a lot of people don't know how to approach it. I think, in the next 3 to 5 years, my prediction will be for workplace to become more a data and outcome driven and more intelligently empowered workplace that take into account of the human side of it, take into the needs of individual talent, and really restructure it into something more efficient for the company mission.
Yeah, and that touched on my next question, which it has to do with what are some of the larger things that need to change, and that's really awesome because you touched on data driven, right? So in your space, your data driven is in the wellness side. In our space, or in some other companies, there's psychometric or cognitive or behavioral data. All of those things come together to help people to realize that people are more than personnel. That culture is defined by the data that you collect and how those things interact with each other. So it's really good to hear. And with that, how do you leverage that type of technology in your small team today? I mean, is there anything that you guys are doing that's probably different than other people?
Yeah, I'm not sure we're different. We just do what we, our hearts and wants to do, which is we eat a lot together, and we're passionate about health and food and genetics information. So actually we somehow tie them together. We cook together a lot. We actually, everybody on the, we're a small team, but we're gonna keep the culture going. Everybody is typed for their genotype and nutrition. We knew, what kind of food is on the top of everybody's list, and some are not, and so we be able to use that to tailor our group meals better. I cook for my team. That's one of the best thing I can think of at my office. So yeah, I think it was empowered by really high-tech stuff that we deliver to everybody in the world, but at the same time we benefit. We should be the first one to try it and benefit from something that we truly passionate and believe in. So that's really helpful for me to, feeling this is almost like a family. I have one employee the other day. I said, "What is GenoPalate to you?" That kind of question. He said, "This is home away from home."
Yep, that is so awesome to hear, especially as an employer. It's just knowing that people connect personally with the mission that you have, and it's something we have here. I guess we can even share with some of our partners is ways that you can be a practitioner, or you can bring wellness into your organization and make it a priority so that your team can live healthier lives and happier lives. Because home away from home, you want them to be healthy in both places. So I appreciate you taking the time to sit with us. So if you want to check out GenoPalate to learn more about how you can add this into your organization, we'll send a link in the comments below. We'll also be able to connect with them at HR Transform in just less than 3 weeks. We're going to have a couple more videos coming out, sitting with just awesome people that care about culture, care about business, and are willing to step out and make a difference for it.
Yeah, awesome. Excited for the meeting.
Appreciate it.